I'm doing something a little different today. I've pre-recorded these battles, and I'm doing the commentary afterwards. Anyways, I'm using children only in Clash Royale. I just got this idea in my head one day. I was thinking of Joseph Kony, you know, famously used child soldiers. I'm like, hey, I want to do that. So I go to check, see if there's even enough cards to do that. And as it turns out, there are exactly 8 cards that are undeniably children in Clash Royale. You know, first of all, we got the little prince, of course. We got the mini Pekka, baby. It's just another excuse to use him. But you got all the dragons, which are just the baby forms of the Clash of Clans. One of them's even called Baby Dragon. And you have Goblin Machine, which is a literal baby, apparently. Okay, did you know that? I didn't until this video. But one thing that you're gonna find out soon is that the dragons just absolutely carry this. Thank God they made them baby forms instead of full-size things, because I'd be screwed here, okay? We got the triple dragon defense going in for the counter push, okay? They're almost full HP. That evolved Electro Dragon is just killed everything, and then the Inferno Dragon locked on, and yeah, they called good game. I accidentally used the Guardian ability, which I'm not meant to do, because that's not a child, but I mean, it doesn't really matter. The Inferno Dragon gets the win. Next game here, I've got the Baby Dragon in the starting hand, so I just play it to get to the evolution, because the evolution's OP. I was considering using Evolved Inferno Dragon, but I just think I forgot that it existed. I originally didn't even use the Inferno Dragon, because I don't know why, it just blanked out of my memory. I put Lava Hound in, because when it dies, it splits into the pups, but that was just atrocious. This deck, like, already doesn't have a win condition. But Lava Hound just wasn't good enough of one, and it was too heavy. A few other cards that I was considering using was the Phoenix, because it dies and drops an egg. You know, you got the Golem, which splits into Golemites. Yeah, there's a few things I could have gone for, but I decided to go for the pure, definitive form of the deck. Anyways, Mini Pekka at the bridge, because that is ultimate skill. This little prince is not going to be able to do anything, so... I mean, I do have the Inferno Dragon to defend that. They used vines for whatever reason. They got some cheeky chip in there. I decided to go Goblin Machine in the front. We got the evolved Baby Dragon, and this guy is pretty much screwed. So, like, what do they have to defend this? I honestly forget. They put the evolved witch, but they place it terribly, and the Inferno Dragon kills it. So yeah, that's just... it's just their right tower down, then Mini Pekka on the left. They don't got any elixir. Is that a 3 crown? No, come on. Okay, but the Mini Pekka charges to the tower, takes the glory. Love you, Mini Pekka. Okay, I went against the YouTuber here because they have YT in their name, so I wanted to make sure I was playing at the best. Starting off, defending a Goblin Barrel with a Goblin Machine, you know. Just my best gameplay. They played a cannon there. I do Baby Dragon up high, but then they have Royal Recruits, which pretty much just absolutely hard counters my deck. I played the little prince because I'm thinking, oh, I could do the Guardian ability. A, I didn't have enough elixir. B, I'm just not allowed to do that. But we do have, you know, a decent counter push on the right. We got the Electro Dragon going to the left. We get a few hits. Okay, it's not too bad. We actually do get into the damage lead barely. But then they just have another Goblin Barrel, and I don't have a really good answer for that. Just anything Horde is terrible for me. They got Royal Recruits, and they got the bait. But does the mini no, okay, I thought the Mini Pekka was gonna connect. I emoted, but they played the freaking Goblin Stein, which, you know, that actually gives me another idea. The Goblin Stein, that's an old grandpa man. We've got the Mother Witch, got like Lava Hound. I don't think there are enough old people cards to make a full deck, but maybe one day if they add a bajillion new cards and they're just all grandpas for some reason. You know, I thought I had a good counter push. Like, oh, I really wanted to use that Guardian ability on 5 of the Royal Recruits. Now they just overwhelm me here. For whatever reason, I played the Goblin Machine on the right and not on the real Goblin Barrel. I take so much damage there. So I'm like, alright, gotta build up a nasty counter push, but it kind of just all falls apart. because of the Goblin Stein ability. But on the left, when in doubt, Mini Pekka, Inferno Dragon, which just completely ignores the cannon. They place a terrible Goblin Barrel. Oh, we're so back into this. I don't know why I played the Little Prince, but I go Goblin Machine in the pocket. I was hoping the rocket was going to connect to the tower, but they placed the Dark Goblin and ruined everything. Mini Pekka on the right, getting tanked by... I don't know why I did that. I knew they had Royal Recruits, but things are still looking good until they play the Goblin Barrel. I try the Berserker to stop it, but it's... maybe I should have just left that be and focused on the right tower, but no matter. We got the Mini Pekka in the pocket because I'm just too good at the game until they place cannon. But look at the Mini Pekka. Get stopped by the freaking Goblin Stein. They do just place everything here in the pocket now, and I start panicking. Goblin Machine, for some reason, go Berserker, save me. Ah, Goblin Stein. Oh my god. And then I actually survived. I actually survived with the nasty counter push cooking up. Let's go. Where do I place Mini Pekka? In the pocket. Because why not? Yeah. And then they had arrows. I didn't know they had arrows at the time. I couldn't believe that I had just embarrassed myself in front of the YouTubers. So this is my redemption round. We play the Baby Dragon because the Evo is OP. I also do it with the Electro Dragon. No, I don't. Why was I holding it? What do? I do Mini Pekka in the center. They have Sparky, which scared me for a little bit. Then I remembered I have Electro Dragon. Place it directly on the bomb because that's just correct placement, guys. It's what all the pros do. We got a decent counter push. They messed up the arrows and missed the Baby Dragon. You know, we get a decent amount of damage. Place Rascals in the Rascals really are just the most awkward part of this deck. I love them as a card on their own, but they do not synergize with this at all. So I kind of just cycle them and waste them. They placed the giant skeleton on top, which gets it down to about half health, so I'm not complaining about that. But then they play another Goblin Barrel. Like, this is actually so annoying. I don't have I have Berserker, but I just always waste it for whatever reason. And even then, it's not that great of a counter. There's my... I forgot to turn off... You know what? I'm turning off my air freshener right now. They had Minion Horde, which crazy. But at this point, I'm actually feeling pretty confident. I have good answers to Sparky, which every other deck I ever use has no answers. Like, I don't use Rocket. I don't use anything that stuns, so I'm usually like crapping myself whenever I see Sparky. But I'm feeling good. I've got a bunch of air cards. I've got the Electro Dragon. The Goblin Barrel's the only thing that, like, I play Rascals on it, because I just don't want to take too much damage to that. They play Minion Horde on top of the Electro Dragon, which unfortunately does not chain again. I was not paying attention on the left. We got a bomb on the tower, but don't worry. Mini Pekka at the bridge, and that's a bad Baby Dragon. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? What do I play on that? Little Prince. They play Giant Skeleton in the back right, switching lanes for whatever reason, so I just go all in the left. Yeah, come on, Inferno Dragon, you're gonna win me this again, right? They played the Minion Horde on the evolved Electro Dragon, but we don't make it to the tower, and that Giant Skeleton is just marching over to my tower, but we got the Mini Pekka for that. Now they play their Giant Skeleton on their left, and you know what I'm thinking? If you don't at first succeed, try again. They go Sparky on the left. Big mistake. Big mistake. Go everything. We got the Inferno Dragon. Their Minion Horde was placed awfully. Yeah! Yeah! Anyways, thanks for watching. Shout out to the Inferno Dragon for saving me every game. Bye!